Sing me a song of a lass that is gone.
Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Kaylee and we're currently into a chapter by chapter series covering the amazing book by Diana Gabaldon, Go Tell the Bees That I Am Gone. If you have not read this book or you do not want spoilers, I would recommend clicking away from this video. But if you are here to continue our chapter by chapter series, welcome back. Today, or this video, we're going to talk about chapter 6, Home is the Hunter, Home from the Hill. Now, this again was another short chapter, but it had lots of little details that I was very much hooked on. So let's jump straight into it. So this chapter is predominantly told by Claire, and we instantly have the return of Bree and Jamie home from the hunt. Jamie has got a injured leg and Claire goes straight into the mend to fix Jamie's leg. Now, it's also during this scene that Bree discovers that Willie finally knows that Jamie is his biological father. And it's sort of bringing into the play, I think Willie's going to come up soon. I really do believe that Willie's going to have a chapter soon, and I'm not looking forward to it. Willie's storyline, Willie as a general chapter, I don't know. I just didn't enjoy it in, what book was it? The last book? I don't know. Am I the only person in the world that thinks Willie's a little bit boring? I mean, it's like his storylines are fillers. I don't know. Anyway, but he's starting to come into the book now, and the mentioning of him just brought back the memories of previous Willie chapters. But he is now getting a mention in the book. Claire and Jamie do have a very interesting conversation about Hector McEwen and the fact that the blue light sort of came into play. Now, during this conversation, Jamie does ask if Claire had ever seen it before, and she does tell him about how Master Raymond healed her after the faith miscarriage back in Paris. This storyline, as I keep saying, I feel like a broken record, but I really feel that this blue light and the magical healing powers it's just getting mentioned a lot. And I don't know if that's to throw me off for something else, but it's hitting me every time I read something about it. I'm like, oh, okay, we're getting a bit more. And then I get a little tidbit and it's dropped. I do also love that Master Raymond is getting brought up though. I love Master Raymond as a character. I cannot wait for the day that he reappears again. I do honestly believe we have not seen the last of him. I just don't know when or how or if, but I really believe he will pop up again at some point in the next 2 books. Maybe he has in this book, and we're just not quite there yet. But I do believe he's coming, and fingers crossed he is. He's such a magnificent character that I just want to know everything about. A fun little part about this chapter is Rachel saying the latest choices of names that she's considering for young baby Oggie, who, mind you, is apparently the baby who screams the house down, is Marmaduke or Wisdom. I just thought this was a very cute little tie-in, and it was a little, I don't want to say filler, but I'm actually intrigued to know what Oggie's name is going to be. The fact that we're bringing it up every couple of chapters is very intriguing. Is he going to be named after somebody else? Is there a key to this? I don't know. Then I think to myself, is there a possibility that we don't know his name because we've already met him earlier and he's there's just so many possibilities that can come into play with this. And I think the naming of Oggie is more important than what it's actually being sort of thrown at us about, if that makes sense. It's also becoming very apparent to Jamie throughout this chapter that with how many family members and children and adopted and fostered kids are coming into play, that his house is going to be, well, it's going to be needed to be a lot bigger than what he is originally planning for, and that does come into conversation. He also has a point of wondering what Bree and Roger are actually going to do on the Ridge. How are they going to fulfill their lives? Is Roger going to continue to be a minister? And what is Bree going to do with herself now on the Ridge? There's also that connection with Willie again brought up when Jamie is reminiscing about the night that Willie contacted him for help to get Jane and to try and rescue Jane, which we know unfortunately was just a little bit too late. But again, Willie is coming into play near the end of this chapter, so I really do believe we're going to have a chapter dedicated to Willie soon. but we'll see how we go. Like I said earlier, am I the only one that doesn't like Willie? Please let me know in the comments below. Is his storyline something that you love to read, or is it just something like myself where it's a bit like, okay, that's great, I like the information, but I don't need an entire chapter dedicated to it? What do you feel about Willie the character? I know there's a lot of love for him too, don't get me wrong. I totally get that, and I do love him as a character. I love that he's Jamie's son and that he's involved. I just think his chapters and his storylines are a little bit long-winded. I don't know. But let me know what you think. Please also remember to hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. It really does help the channel grow. I will see you very shortly for the next chapter video. This whole book is just, it's been a fun ride already, and we're only a few chapters in. I hope everyone is having a great day reading, listening, and watching these videos. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
Sing me a song of a lass that is gone.